Hey, this is a Sig Sauer K320. It's a knife made by Hogue. The reason I'm making this video is because, well, there are other videos of the K320, but there's no videos of the K320 in this particular color. This is a flat dark earth or coyote sort of color. What really drew me to this knife in the first place were the grips. They're polymer grips, so they're nothing really special. Generally when I get kind of more premium knives, like over $100, I tend to get something with G10 or micarta or carbon fiber. Plastic grips kind of tell me that the knife's kind of cheap. But the reason I got this was because the grips look very similar. They have the same style as the Sig Sauer P320. And this one in particular, since it's in the coyote and the flat dark earth color, it has a lot of similarities to the Sig Sauer M17, which is the newly adopted sidearm for the U.S. Army. So the texture is the same, and according to Hogue, the polymer that they use for this knife is the same that they use for the frame of the pistol. In addition, the blade has a PVD coating, and that PVD coating is also used on the slide of the P320, the Sig Sauer P320. Let's get this in focus real quick. So yeah, that's really the reason I bought it. This knife comes in 12 different configurations. There's 3 different colors. There's 2 different blade types, the Tanto and the drop point, and it also comes in 2 different kind of lockup configurations. There's the manual and there's the auto lockup. The manual lockup is similar to like the Benchmade axis lock. And if I didn't mention, the 3 colors are Coyote, there's black, and then there's gray. So this is the manual in Coyote with the Tanto blade. And all the Coyote ones, I'm not a really big fan of partially serrated blades, but all the Coyote ones come with it. The black and the gray one, I believe, come with just full blade, no serrations or anything like that. Hogue sharpens all their knives by hand, and you can tell it's very sharp out of the box. Let's see, other features. It's got a 4-way kind of configurable pocket clip. The pocket clip is somewhat deep carry. It'll kind of disappear in your pocket. Except this blade is kind of, or this handle in the blade is generally, it's pretty big. Here's a comparison to a paramilitary 2, which is also a very big blade. This is not really, I mean, if you want to hold it, it's kind of heavy, but generally it's not, I don't think it's really something you'd want to EDC. It's probably more of like a duty knife. It comes, I don't even call this a choil. I can't remember. A choil, you can kind of get a really good grip. You put your thumb on this kind of, this little area right here, and you can do kind of detail work. You can hold it back here and put your finger on this jimping in the back. The handle is kind of on the thick side. I mean, the PM2 is also pretty thick, but it's super comfortable. It's kind of contoured, definitely way more comfortable than the paramilitary 2. It feels really good, so it's very ergonomic, despite being kind of bulky. The lock is really smooth. You can do it with one finger. So, well, hold on, the camera's in the way. But yeah, you can flip it out. There is a hole, kind of, not a spidey hole, that you can do that. But it's kind of, maybe I don't know how to do it, or my hands are too small. I can't really flick this out. It's basically, the way I deploy it is I hold the lock and I flick it out like this. Whoops, like that. It doesn't bind or anything, so the blade centering's pretty good. If you look here, it's really hard to see the blade centering because the gap in the frame is basically the same as the thickness of the blade, but their tolerances seem to be good enough that there's no kind of binding or anything. Other than that, yeah, it's a good overall round knife. I guess if you didn't see the markings, we can zoom in on the markings. I like the markings always. So you can see that it's made out of CPM S30V. This is really close to what the color will look like. It's kind of a, yeah, it is flat dark earth. And the blade's kind of got almost a bronzish sort of look. And then here's this side. You can see that there's kind of brass inserts there that you can screw the clip into. And the clip's got these, I don't know, tabs here. It's got an American flag, and then I've seen in other videos they show this, but you see here there's a little mark that's an indentation that the clip can go into, so it can go into your pocket a little bit easier. So yeah, that's all about what I got. I would say if you got a M17, this knife is a pretty cool companion piece. That's really the only reason I bought it. I really want the auto version. Is pretty cool too, but in the state that I'm in, it's not really kosher to have those sort of things. But I think in the future I would try to pick one up. So yeah, that's what it looks like. You can buy it for around, I think it's around 120-ish bucks, maybe plus or minus $5 or $10. The auto knife will be a little bit more expensive, and some places are out of stock. I'm not sure if this is a limited time only sort of thing, but I got this one I think from Smoky Mountain Knives and something else. But yeah, anyway, I'd say check it out, and I hope you enjoyed the video.